Holy cow. Okay, so my first vlog video ever. I know it's not ideal to be in a car filming my first vlog with my steering wheel and, well, whatever. First video is never gonna be the best quality, and I just figure that it's time to just get this out there. It is New Year's Eve 2019. We are about to jump into a whole new decade, everybody. This is crazy. I feel like I grew a lot, you know. 2010 was when I graduated high school. I've lived my young 20s, about to approach my 30s, and I realized that time is going by really, really fast. And I'm really tired of just working my minimum wage job and not really contributing to what I want to do for the world and for everybody out there. And I've always known that I wanted to help heal. I went through phases when I was younger. Oh my God, so many phases of what I wanted to do for school. I wanted to be a cardiologist when I was little. Then I wanted to follow in the footsteps of my parents and I wanted to be a paramedic. I debated nursing school. I've gone through all these different fields within medicine, and I never was really able to finish it. I always had a passion for medicine, and I decided a few years ago that Western medicine just wasn't exactly what I was interested in, which is maybe why I wasn't able to complete school. I just always feel like I had this block, like this wasn't exactly the right path. I knew I was passionate about helping people. I want to make people's lives better. I am a healer at heart, but I just wasn't finding it in the way that I wanted to. So I did go through, got my EMT, which was super exciting. I absolutely loved it. Emergency medicine was something that I've always been passionate about, but I just feel like this is going to be a lot of editing. Ugh, I just keep blurping, but anyways, oh, this is harder than I thought. Whew. Anyways, God, now I'm even forgetting where I was going with it, and I'm sitting outside the gym, and my goal is to go to the gym again. Okay, so long story short, I've always been passionate about helping people. It's just ingrained in my DNA. My dad was a paramedic, my mother was a paramedic, and just the love and compassion that they always share with people and helping the community is something that I've always wanted to do. But I just feel like Western medicine wasn't for me, especially after I graduated with my EMT basic. I had all of this knowledge of emergency medicine, but yet I knew I didn't want to be on an ambulance. So right around the time that I got that, I actually applied to work at a medical cannabis dispensary in Arizona where medical marijuana is legal. So I started working at my first dispensary, had no idea what I was in for, and I also had no idea that it would be something that I was so absolutely passionate about. Seeing these patients come in that a lot of them had debilitating conditions, and to see how cannabis was able to give them just a little bit more quality of life and just make them feel a little bit better every day gave me so much hope and passion. And you know, I always thought, holy shit, this plant is magic. This is what people need to know. Pharmaceuticals are great, don't get me wrong, they are amazing for life-saving situations or for conditions that, you know, are genetic, that we know that these medicines are there for. But day-to-day conditions that we take a pill for a pill that creates these side effects is just unbelievable to me. When this plant, I just get going, I get excited. Anyways, this plant is a weed. It grows in the ground, and yet it gives so much relief. And as I started doing the research and I started to listen to a bunch of different doctors, naturopathic doctors, of course, talk about the beauty of this plant and what it can do for us, and seeing all of these patients come in and get relief, something clicked, and I was like, holy shit, this is it. This is what I want to do. I also was exposed to naturopathic doctors around that time, and I started researching if I was going to be a doctor, a medical doctor, like I always wanted to be, but not follow that traditional Western medicine, what would be the best option? And I hit Google, and the first university that came up was Bastyr University in Kenmore, Seattle area of Washington. I immediately was hooked. I saw their undergraduate program in herbal sciences and thought, no, this is exactly what I want. I'm going to go this route. And then I want to be a naturopath. I want to help people with plants. And that's really what started this whole journey for me. So long story short, I applied for a position that was opening in Bastyr dispensary, herbal dispensary, no cannabis at this point, just learning all of the herbs and the natural remedies that we have for pharmaceuticals. I applied with no background, but really passionate, explained to them kind of what I'm explaining to you, that like this is something I really want to do. I've looked at this class for over 5 years now, like this is where I need to be. And as you can see, I don't know if you can tell by the weather, but it's pretty dark and rainy. So I made it to Seattle with my partner at the time, and we drove up here not knowing anything about this state. Oh my God, scariest decision I've ever made in my life. It was really scary driving across the country, leaving behind my family, starting this new job. He hadn't moved out of his house before, so it was his first time on his own. And we just did it. We packed up our dogs and we did it. And, you know, looking back on it, all these little steps I feel like have led to now and where I'm at now and what I want to do. I realized though that while I was working at Bastyr, there was just this little piece that was missing, and it was cannabis. Here in Washington State, we're in a recreational market, and I went into a bunch of different recreational marijuana dispensaries and saw that there was really this piece lacking, greatly lacking in all of these dispensaries. And it was education, basic cannabis education that we could all benefit from. You'd walk in and sometimes you'd feel really uncomfortable and rushed, especially for someone like me who's experienced. If I felt this way, if I felt scared and intimidated to talk to a bud tender, and I feel like, you know, they're not going to give me the most useful information, it's really scary. So I cannot imagine, as a new user or somebody who just has questions about CBD, wanders into one of these recreational shops and really doesn't get the information that they need. Or it's the incorrect information. They go home and try something and are scared shitless to try something ever again, when really this plant just needs proper education around it, breaking down the stigmas and bringing to light the proper ways to use it for medicinal benefit and just elevating your life. It's totally okay to be a recreational smoker too. I mean, that's how I got started. And then I started to realize that it also elevated many areas of my life. So fast forward again, I just realized that I really needed cannabis back in my life. So I walked down to this little dispensary just a block from Bastyr University called #Cannabis. And the few times I had been there, I realized that the atmosphere was just really nice. They were educated. All of the bud tenders were passionate to be there. They would take the time to sit there and talk to you and answer all of your questions. And if they didn't have the information in front of them, they always found a way to get it for you. And that was something that really, really struck home for me, and realized that that's where I wanted to be. Even if it was one night a week, just there, getting all of the education that I can and being around this plant. So I applied. Because I had that experience before, I was able to get back into the marijuana industry, and that's what I've been for 2 years, just bud tending. And something that I realized while I was bud tending is that I don't just like talking about what gets you high. I am so passionate about that customer that comes in, that person that just comes in and asks you what CBD oil is or what they can do to sleep a little bit better. And I could spend hours and hours just talking to them and showing them all of the different options and showing them how to journal to get the perfect dose right. It's just something that I'm extremely, extremely passionate about. So I realized over time, okay, since I don't have the funds to go to school quite yet for my herbal sciences at Bastyr, I'm in this weird, awkward waiting period. And it made me realize that I'm not reaching as many people as I could. If I was to start vlogging all of my bud tender knowledge, if I was just put it out there for everybody, it's there. And it'll be at least useful to more people than the actual ones that are just sitting in front of me. I'm getting so excited, so if I'm rambling, I'm sorry. Anyways, I realized when I was talking to all these guests about how cannabis can just elevate their lives a little bit, that I could reach so many more people if I created a YouTube channel. Just every week, post a little bit of info, basic knowledge on cannabis, giving you the tools to be able to add it in your life, including CBD oil, which is something that I love to bring up with people since it's a hot topic these days in every state. Yeah, I really want to be there for you all. I really want to help you use the education around cannabis, the basics, not the, the doctor. I just want to give you the basics, the basic knowledge, the tools that will help elevate your life as high as it can be, kind of like I've been. And on top of that, while I'm going through education and I'm taking you through the lessons around cannabis and CBD oil, I also want to take time, oops, there's my headphones. I also want to take time to bring up my personal health and actually kind of create a little lifestyle vlog as well. I'm starting a journey in 2020. Anywho. Brief pause. I started to jumble on my words and just blah, 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 blah. Anyways, I also want to do a lifestyle vlog. I've decided that on top of the cannabis education, I want to hold myself accountable for being healthy, for truly using this magical plant to enhance my life. And the best way possible to do that is to get back in shape, to lose some weight, to be healthy, and to just feel good mentally and physically. I feel like this last decade, I've had a lot of ups and downs, both with my physical health and mental health. I struggle a lot more with anxiety these days as I'm getting older, and all the craziness that's going on in the world, as I'm sure many of you can relate to. Our day-to-day stressors just create kind of some buzz and some craziness in our head sometimes. And from a physical standpoint, I was always overweight. Something I've always struggled with, and I've always done yo-yo diets. I've done things where, I starve myself of calories, or I starve myself of carbs, or no sugar, or I did a juice cleanse for about 30 days one time and immediately dropped 70 pounds. But then that next year, I'm a stress eater, and I just ate a lot and gained it all back plus more. I went from 250 to 170 to 260, and it's been really difficult. And also in that time, I was hit by a drunk driver outside of my vehicle and actually herniated L1 through L4 of my lumbar spine, along with some other issues. And it's taken a really long time to recover. I feel like I kind of use this as an excuse not to move, not to eat healthy. I went back into my unhealthy habits and really shouldn't feel this way now at almost 28 years old. I shouldn't. I ache every morning when I wake up. I'm stiff. My back constantly hurts from the injury, and I'm really tired of being overweight. I'm tired of taking my dogs out on a walk and having my back spasm. I can't do it anymore. So I feel like by creating this lifestyle blog, I'm holding myself accountable, but also taking you on my journey of plant magic. I went vegan a year ago. It is a little over a year from my vegan plant-based anniversary. And in the beginning, I dropped about 15 pounds. I do feel a little bit better, but overall, I still hurt. So I kind of want to take you through my exercise journey, my eating journey, and how I incorporate cannabis as a plant every day to help me with all of this. Like, what did I do before the gym to get ready to be able to go work out when I'm sore all the time? And what keeps me motivated when I just have those really shitty days, to be honest, where everything hurts. Yeah. So that's kind of what I want to do. I hope that you all would love more videos, and please subscribe. This is going to be really fun. I can't freaking wait, just so you know. And cheers to new beginnings. I am about to get my first workout in that I've done in, oh my God, quite a while. Up until I got my new membership, it'd been about 2 years since I had been back to the gym for a regular routine. So I'm gonna go do some cardio, lift a few weights, and go from there. But I wish you all the best and most wonderful Happy New Year. Really hope this wasn't too much of a ramble, but if it was, it's my first video. I'm working on it, just trying to get all this out to you about what I want to do. And yeah, hopefully you'll be able to find some joy out of these videos, get a little bit of knowledge, and feel motivated to take your power back, to elevate your life, and just feel freaking awesome. cardio of the new year. If you can't tell, my family calls it the Newton Red Tomato Face. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Nice and rosy. Holy cow. It felt so good to be back. I only ran 2 minutes on a 30-minute cardio, but that's okay. It's a start. Felt good. I am going to come back later tonight with my husband and lift weights, do some legs or chest for the first time. But I figure I might as well get this in, and it gave me motivation to film my first video. So here we go. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I am off to TJ's to get some stuff to make a vegan pizza tonight to bring in the new year with some pizza. And then after that, I'm gonna start this whole like whole foods plant-based thing instead of always binging on junk food like I do. So I will keep you all up to date on that in more videos. Have a wonderful day. Mwah. What are we gonna do?